Hello. Back for another video. We are going to, if you're following along in your tune index, we're going to skip over Adeste Fidelis because Christmas. We'll get back to that at Christmas time. We're going to skip down to the next one tune, which is, I can't pronounce again, Adawa, don't know. But it is number 66B, Come All You People Bless Our God. Now, I know we've done this one, because I've played it for us before, but I wanted to go ahead and go over it because it has a lot of repeated notes. And repeated notes are actually quite difficult, because it's easier to kind of get a little bit tense when you're repeating the same thing, kind of almost like a repetitive motion injury. You know, if you're like getting tennis elbow because you're constantly, you can tell I don't play tennis at all. In fact, the one time I did, it was hysterical. It was an actual cartoon. I mean, it was just ridiculous. But anyway, it's easy to kind of get a little bit extra tension in there because you're actually moving less. You're getting that repetitive kind of whacking cuckoo clock motion. Cuckoo clock woodpecker motion. So I wanted to do this so that we can kind of practice what it's like to sing these same notes. Finally! Okay, so it helps that we get to change the words, the text. That is helpful. When we have these repeated notes, air, all of the air in the entire world. In fact, this is a song where if you are not breathing more than you normally do in a song and you are not a trained singer, I have questions for you. Because I'm just a little concerned about your vocal health. So they will require more breath. So you take breaths wherever you need to, and that's totally fine. In fact, we haven't really done this, I don't think. Man, I'm forgetting what I've taught you guys. It's fine. We're gonna do it now. So there's a very useful tool that can help us kind of get the breath going, and that is the lip trill. Now, parents, you will have to, children and parents, you will have to work out amongst yourselves when it is okay for the lip trill to be present, because it can sometimes be considered a rather rude gesture if you're not doing it in the context of singing. So I will let children and parents work that out for themselves, because you are literally just rolling your lips. And it looks hysterical on video. It does not look like that in real life. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do this whole thing, if you can, on a lip trill. So on and so forth. And what you're going to do is when you have repeated notes, you are not going to repeat the lip trill. So not, I can't even do it. But you're going to hold through. And we're going to do the whole hymn like that. Now, if you're having trouble with the lip trill, because it takes a boatload of air, a boatload, a yacht load, a giant Titanic load before it sank, all of the air in the entire world, and really loose lips. And if you're still having a little bit of trouble, you can take your hand and just kind of gently pull the corners of your mouth in. Don't squeeze, that's not the point, but just kind of give yourself a very gentle, you're just helping the lips relax a little bit. If that is unavailable to you, you can do a rolled R. You can do a V, where you're singing kind of on a V. Or you can do a Z. My jaw is weird, so those are not comfortable for me, so I'm going to be doing a lip trill. If you want the fancy term, my good friend Tasha would say your semi-occluded vocal tract sound, which is just a long way of saying noise making. So, on a lip trill, or the noise-making device of your choice, with parental permission. All right, here we go, on a lip trill, etc. Ready, and breathe. Very good. Now, I'm willing to bet that that was either a wild success and you've discovered a new toy, or a wild disaster and you want to throw something at me. There are a couple of other things you can do, like we said, the other kinds of noise-making things. You can also, and again, parents and children, I let you work this out yourselves, you can get a small glass of water, I know, and a straw. Yes, we're going here. And you blow bubbles with the straw while you sing. Now, this is not to make a mess. This is not to annoy your parents, or your siblings, or your friends, or your teachers, or anything else. Only in the confines of the practice room with parental permission. You want the bubbles to be consistent. So rather than having them kind of going, right? You want it to be really smooth. And that's the goal. So you're literally blowing bubbles while you sing. If I had thought about it, I would have come prepared and like done a demonstration, but oh well, next time. That one is actually really nice because it's a physical kind of representation of how your breath is moving. It's fun for adults too, but no disclaimers required for adults. Good. All right. So now we are going to do a nifty thing wherein, oh, are we though? I don't want to keep you here forever. Yes, we're going to do a little bit of it. Just on the very first, no, total lie, not on the first phrase. On the middle. So the second line, right before the who never lets our feet be moved, we're just going to do that much. And we're going to do it on a lip trill. And then we're going to do it on the words. And we're not going to stop at all, because I want you to remember what it feels like to have that level of breath activation. And when I say lip trill, insert sound noise-makey thing of your choice. So we're going to do it on the sound noise-makey thing. And then we're going to immediately repeat and do it again on text. Who never, but on your sound. Ready, and go. Text. Who never lets our feet be moved. Okay, next one, same thing. Lip noise-makey thing. Text. And though faith he oft has proved. Okay, last one. Literally noise-making thing. On text. Upholds us in the strife. Very good. This is a really good practice tool. If you are a singing nerd, if you are becoming a singing nerd because of all these videos, first of all, yay, congratulations, and welcome. Second of all, this is a really, really useful tool to do the whole hymn on some kind of sound, silly sound, and then put in your text after that. And again, what usually will happen is a couple phrases in, you'll start to notice that you're kind of losing the habit a little bit of that breath support, as we like to call it, that you had on the noise making. So break it up in chunks like that. Do a little bit on a noisemaker, then repeat back that same bit on text, etc., etc. I will not go through all of that with you today because I want to make sure we can run this in a goodly amount of time. But what I will say to you is that as we're running through this, we're going to sing through all 4 verses, and I want you to do this. I want you to start on the text, but then if you feel your body starting to tense, if you feel like you're having kind of a fight with your body a little bit in these repeated notes, I want you to switch to your noise-making thing. And you go back and forth as often as you need to, just kind of pop out and pop back in as you follow along. I'm going to sing the words so that we always know where we are and we can be together. But that's a really also a useful thing to do at home and not in church. That is obvious, right? We're not going to be doing lip trills in church. Okay, just checking. All right, come all ye people, ready and breathe. Come all ye people, bless our God, and tell his glorious praise abroad, who holds our souls in life, who never lets our feet be moved, and though our faith he oft has proved, upholds us in the strife. We come with offerings to his house, and here we pay the solemn vows we uttered in distress. him our all we dedicate, to him we wholly consecrate, our lives his mercies bless. Come here, all ye who fear the Lord, while I with grateful heart record what God has done for me. I cried to him in deep distress, and now his wondrous grace I bless, for he has set me free. The Lord who turns away the plea of those who love iniquity has answered my request. He has not turned away my prayer, his grace and love he makes me share, his name be ever blessed. Very good. And as always, high notes require two things. They require air and courage. And good vowels, but really just air and courage. All right, well done. I don't believe this tune is shared. No, it is not. This is a singular tune unto itself, so no repeats there. All right, happy lip trilling and noise making, and happy singing.